Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm starting this video in an awkward angle and in a bad light because I'm just about to head out, but I want to start this vlog. So this is, if you read the title for this video, I am filming a reading vlog where I'm gonna read all of the finalists for the Nebula awards as well as the Hugo awards. So I thought that it would be really fun. Some I already read before, so I don't know if I'm gonna reread or just review them here again, and this vlog is probably gonna take me a little while to do because I don't even have all the books yet. But the reason I had to start now before having all the books is because I am reading A Master of Djinn, which is actually nominated for both the Nebula and the Hugo. And as I'm filming this, the Nebula winners has not been announced, but I bet while still doing this vlog they will be announced, while the Hugo Awards is not until later this year. So then I think this will already be up, but I think we can experience the Nebula winners together, or winners, whatever. Obviously I'm not doing all the categories, I'm doing the novels in this one. So I'm starting off with Master of Djinn because this is actually the FAES and Gaze pick, which is the book club I'm co-hosting. We recreate sci-fi and fantasy every single month, and our book club pick for April was A Master of Djinn, which is why I had to start this now. We are on the last day of April as I'm filming this. I would take probably breaks from this vlog and then you will see me come back here and there. So A Master of Djinn is really fun. I started yesterday and I'm planning to finish it today. I am 200 pages in. And I think I'm going to share more thoughts like later because I have a bit bad time now. I really did want to start this vlog, and also there is many fun reads to come in this. Also, some like one of them had a fourth book in a series, so I had to read the other ones first, so we will see how that goes. So that's why it's going to take a little longer to do this vlog, or else I would like to, finish it within a week. But yeah, I don't even have all the books yet, so yeah, you will see how this goes. I don't really know yet, but yeah, I will share thoughts on Master of Djinn in the next clip in this vlog. See you later. Okay, so it's the next day, and I swear I'm not gonna do this whole vlog in like super awkward angles, but it just happened. So I finished A Master of Djinn yesterday, and it was really good. And I'm gonna try to explain it a bit better, but I'm bad at explaining things. But yeah, it's set in Cairo in 1912, and we follow Fatma, who is our main character, and she is one of the few women in like the supernatural enchantments ministry. I said it in the wrong order, but basically she works for the government that investigates into supernatural matters that bothers people. And then also Djinn are out and people know they exist and stuff. They just like return to the world and they're working together with humans. This murder happens of like a group of people, and she's trying to find out like why they were killed, and like there's kind of an imposter going around claiming to be this like known figure, and she's like needs to investigate. It is really fun. It's a really fun mystery. You really want to know how it happened and why. It's like amazing, I was gonna say, like legends, myths, mythology woven in, and also like old religion of Egypt as well. And there's like a really great main character. There is racism brought up, but there is, a lot of sexism as well, because like we have these women trying to do a man's job in its time, and like there's really cool magic as well. It's a really solid book. It was written very well and I really enjoyed it. Only like I would say bad part about the book is that I guessed who did this stuff from like the first time we met them. I was like, it's that person, isn't it? And it literally was the whole time, and I was like, dang, me picking up those deduction skills. It's not like it matters if I guessed who it was or not. It was just like because I knew the whole time, and when it was revealed I didn't get the whole like, oh my god feeling, you know what I mean? But like you didn't need that for this book to be entertaining and good. It was just good however it was. So yeah, this was, as I said, nominated earlier for the Hugo and the Nebula Award. So it's like in both awards. There's gonna be books here that's only nominated for one of them, but this is the one that was nominated for both, and it's a really good pick. Like I can totally see why it was nominated, and like it's really different as well. I like with its setting for what it was. So yeah, very enjoyable. I think I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars for now. Very excited for the live show for FAES and Gaze, and I will update this vlog whenever I read the next book for this vlog. I need to read a lot of other stuff now for Asian Readathon and like in general, so I don't know when our next update is. But yeah, I would do like a whole like wrap up for like all the books in the end of the vlog, however long this will take me. Yay! Hello everyone, it has been a little while since I uploaded this vlog. I started it in the end of April when I was reading A Master of Djinn, and we are now in the beginning of June, so it's been actually quite a long while. But yeah, I haven't really been able to continue the books for this vlog yet. I was reading only Asian books in May, So that's why I wasn't able to continue. And also I fucked up a bit. So I don't remember what I said anymore in the first 2 clips in this vlog, obviously, because it's been over a month. But basically what I was planning to is to only do the Hugo awards for this vlog. And then when I was buying the books, I accidentally bought books for the Nebula awards instead. So it became the Nebula and Hugo awards. I don't know if I said this in the first clip. I'm sorry for repeating myself. Actually, the Nebula award winners have now been announced. And the winner was actually a Master of Djinn, if I remember correctly. I'm gonna double check. Of course, there's other categories. Yes, so the winner was announced the 31st of May. And of course, there's different categories. But the categories that we, for this moment, care about is the novel, and a Master of Djinn won. So it's the only one that not the only one I read, but the one I read for this vlog so far was A Master of Djinn, and it won. And I still think it was a really, really great book. We had a live show for FAES Engaged because it was our monthly book for April as well, and we had a great discussion, so I will leave that below as well if you want to check that out. But overall, just like have really fun memories of it, but I will like wrap up my thoughts all together with all the books in the end, so you will hear more then. Today I'm actually going to start Machinehood by SB Div. Yeah, which is like a sci-fi, and I don't know much about it, but I'm excited to start it, and of course up to this when I've started and finished it. Hopefully I will finish it tomorrow because I won't have time to read the whole thing today. And after that I only have 2 more books I actually in theory need to read for the Nebula one, and then continue with the Hugo one, even though I need to read the first book for one of them first because I haven't read that yet. But there is one that I already read, and I thought I would just talk about that because I don't plan to reread it, but I would share my thoughts, because one that was nominated was the Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. It's one of the Sapphic Trifecta books, and it is a fantasy, obviously, series where it is the main romance is FF, which I adore. And now it has been a little while since I read it. I think I read it last year in June, so it's actually a year ago, but I don't really have any plans of rereading it now, but I still want to talk about it, of course. So we follow Terrain, who is a soldier. I'm just reading a bit here. She was stolen as a child to become a soldier for this empire, but now is sent back to her homeland to stop this rebellion. And she realizes that maybe she's on the wrong side because, you know, she maybe should be on the side of like her homeland instead of like on the side of the people who stole her from her homeland. And then we have Luca, who is like the princess kind of this country, and she needs someone who could talk to the rebels and like make them calm down because she's just trying to get peace in the kingdom. And while all this is happening, these 2 girls also, you know, get a thing. And I do love the princess soldier trope. That's a really great one, and I did enjoy their dynamics, but as I remember it, I didn't really love the book structure. I felt like it was a bit back and forth. I didn't understand the different factions as they were happening because it was like a lot of back and forth. I didn't really like get the motivations as clearly as I would want them to. Now, as I said, it is a while since I read it, but I just generally felt a bit disappointed reading it. I thought, as I said, it wasn't as structured as I would want it to. I was like, what are you doing now? Then she changed her mind, but then she didn't change her mind, etc. like that. So I felt like off-putted from the book by that, but I did like it, and I did like the romance, and I'm really curious for the sequel. I might reread it then, who knows. In the end, I did end up feeling disappointed. I feel like the world wasn't as evolved I would like it to. It wasn't like amazing, and I thought it would be like, you know, a 5-star read, and for me, I think I gave it 3 in the end, and I still like feel like it's not the best I read. I'm not saying it's a horrible book. I'm just saying that I went in thinking it was going to be fantastic, and for me it was just like average, totally okay. I did like the relationships between the characters. I just feel like it didn't deliver what if I thought it was gonna, as I remember. But maybe I will actually change my mind on the reread, who knows. So then you know my general thoughts on that one, and I'm gonna try to rank all the books in the end, so you can already tell that that's not gonna be on the highest. But yeah, and I'm excited for Machinehood. As I said, then there's only, I'm looking at my list, 2 more for Nebula, and then some of them also, you know, cover the Hugo one, but I will update you as we go. I just thought it was time to continue this vlog a bit. You will see me soon. Hello! Actually updating this like right after the last clip. But as I said yesterday, I was going to read Machinehood, and today I did finish it. So now I can talk a bit more about like what it's actually about. So we follow two point of views from two different women. One of them is like kind of a soldier, a shield, going out in the field and trying to make this a better place. The world is struggling with different threats, and one of them being the Machinehood, which is like threatening humanity to take down their technology and making them want to, I think, treat them better, like intelligence better, robots better. I don't even know, because humanity in this have like robots, AI, I don't even know actually what they're calling them, to do stuff for them. Like they cook their food, they fix things in their house. Like it's like an advanced society, and they want them to be treated better, I assume. I don't actually know. And our main characters like thrown in on this, in the investigation, in the fight back from those and from the Machinehood. And we follow another character who is more like a scientist. We see more of her own life. She has a husband and a child. And then she's helping the other main character because they are sister-in-laws, because she's like struggling with kind of an addiction, not really an addiction, but how her health is deteriorating, because everyone in society is taking drugs to like keep up with the robots in their society, because they're so fast, they need to be as fast as them. But since we don't really like meet any, I'm calling up robots, we don't really meet them, because they're like just there around them. I was confused if they were part of their society or just like their servants. It seemed like they were only their servants. The world building was lacking a bit for me, but I might also be a bit stupid. This is the kind of book that I feel like, am I smart enough to read this? Because I didn't feel like I was. But I did definitely like, it says it's Hugo and Nebula finalists on the cover. Sorry, mid-sentence. I thought it was only nominated for one. I'll check that later. But I just feel like we were just thrown into this world. People want drugs and they were just like, oh, we are doing the flow. And I was like, what is that? We never got to explain anything. And I don't always mind books not explaining everything in detail, because sometimes you are just thrown into books and you don't know everything, and that's fine. But here I really felt we were lacking an understanding of this world. But then after a while I did get used to this. I did. And I was interested to see how things would develop. And then the plot just like, I'm gonna say it, straightforward in the line, whereas we're gonna do this, we fix this, we're done. And it was like no twists, no like further conflict. I'm like, hello, that was it. Very disappointed, like generally in the plot. Whereas I liked the characters. I think the world building was lacking in the beginning. It was fascinating parts of it, but it's nothing like I haven't seen before in the sci-fi. Like robots as part of society, they want rights. And then like the drug stuff, which is like I feel normal a lot too. And I was like, fine, we have this stuff. We have the groundwork. Are we going to go further? I feel like it didn't go anywhere. It didn't move. I feel like it definitely had a fascinating ground, as I said. But it didn't do anything with that. It was just like it went completely where you thought it would be. So I just sat there like, that's it. So yeah, overall not that impressed. 3 out of 5 stars. Not hating it, definitely. But not like, I thought it was going to be amazing. You know, A Master of Djinn was nominated. I have high hopes. I have not written down that it was nominated for Hugo. Was it? Was it? Hugo finalist 2022. On my list, not. Maybe in a different category. It says on the cover. It says on the cover. It was nominated. Well, I feel stupid now and I don't want to think more about it. Someone explain to me how awards work, because I don't know. Maybe it was nominated the year before. That makes zero sense. Okay, whatever. Cover is lying to me because I don't understand. I finished at least the next one in this vlog series, so we will see in the end how I will rank them. But 2 out of 5 stars for now. Not really impressed with the plot. Someone who's smarter than me tried to explain to me like what was so amazing about it. I like the groundwork though. The groundwork is nice. It's been a minute since I uploaded this vlog again. I'm sorry. Just because I haven't really read for the vlog that much, because I read other stuff. But now I have finally continued. Nominated for the Hugo Awards, we have Light from Uncommon Stars. I have taken the dust jacket off. And I started this not yesterday but the day before. And I'm on page 226. I thought I should upload a vlog. And I am really liking it. It is so good. So we follow a main character, Katrina, and she has to run away from home because she was being abused there because she is trans. And then she also plays the violin. And then we have the Queen of Hell, who is really known to have like really have students that does really great on the violin or like a musical instrument. She's known to be like a really prominent and prestige violin teacher, but what they don't know is that the students she have the 6 ones that she's had were all sacrificed to hell because she has to deal with a demon, and she's now also gonna sacrifice Katrina. And then we also have Lan, who owns a donut shop with her family, and she is also an alien from outer space that has like Lana there, and they like undercover because like they have the donut shop and are just trying to live there because there was a war in their home life. So yeah, it's a mix of things. Deal with a demon, aliens from space, a normal trans person in the middle. And it is a whole ride, like Lan and the Queen of Hell. What is her name? They are bonding a lot. Shizuka, that's her name. And I'm just like, are they gonna be together? Because I'm all for this, and I just wonder if there will be a happy ending. I wonder if Katrina will actually be sacrificed to hell. It's a whole ride. The thing that it's putting me off is just the writing style, because they switch point of view in like every paragraph. It's very off-putting, and suddenly we are another character, and I'm always unsure which character we are, because we can literally be a random character in the room, not like the main characters. But I do like seeing different point of views. I don't mind it. It's just like it happens a lot, and it was really off-putting in the beginning, but now I'm really used to it. But yeah, it's overall a very interesting book. Nothing like I read before. I think like I of course have had Aliens from Outer Space. I have read books about these with demons, but it's just like the mix of it all is very interesting. And yeah, that's my overall thoughts. I don't have that much left. I only had this much left, so we will see how it wraps up, and then I could update this vlog again. Really, outside that, I actually only have 2 more standalone books, and then the next 2 after that are like second book in the series and 4th book in the series. So I need to get through some other books to get to those. But yeah, it's actually going fine, and I don't mind that this vlog is taking me so long to make, because I just been reading other stuff, even though I should have just read everything in a week. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I hope you have been enjoying so far, and I will update you soon. Hello. So I want to give an update that I actually finished Life from Uncommon Stars. I think it's like 2 or 3 days ago since I finished it. I just haven't had time to vlog. Said in my first update I told you everything it was about, etc. And it turned out to be a really, really beautiful book. I can definitely see why it was nominated. I definitely fell in love with the story. It's a lot about like violin and playing, because you know it is a teacher and like she's teaching her how to play, etc. And because of that, there was like a lot of mentions of like music and music sheets. And I started even like searching up what they were talking about, because I wanted to hear it. I like, especially one of the ones that she was going to perform, I was really curious about, and I even like searched that up. So that would tell you how much I was invested in the story. Obviously I'm not going to spoil anything, but like the ending I think was really beautiful, and just generally like kind of funny. It was funny in a way. So it's a sad book with a lot of sad parts, but it is also really beautiful. There's just one thing I want to warn people about, and that is like the use of slurs and a lot of transphobia in it, even like some homophobia in it. And it's not like this is not addressed. It's not like it's not seen upon as a bad thing, but it's definitely like there is a lot of words being used to insult the characters, like for other bad people. The main character being trans is like used a lot against her, etc. And if that triggers you in any way, if you don't want to read about that, then like I want to warn you. But it is addressed. It's not seen upon as a good thing at all, and of course like it is a bad thing, but like that doesn't mean you would have to like to read about it. So I just want to say, because it was a bit intense sometimes, I think that people should be warned about that if it triggers you. But still, I think it was a beautiful book. It was a beautiful story for everyone, and I ended up really enjoying it. I think I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars for now, and we shall see in the end how I rank them all, how I'll feel about them then. But yeah, I wanted to say I finished this. I'm not continuing right now on this vlog because I'm reading something else, of course. Things are going splendidly, and I filmed this in a really bad light, but it's fine. See you later. Hello. I'm trying to be better at uploading this vlog, so I am filming an update when I'm actually reading. So who am I? So I'm reading Playbirds by Jason Sanford. This is nominated for the Nebula Awards. So actually after this I only have 1 more Nebula book, so that is a bit exciting. This one is really interesting. It is a sci-fi, and it's set kind of in the future where humanity has deformed and evolved into like something not human-like anymore, and they're trying to kind of reach back to the humanity and become human again. So we have like playbirds. They are humans, but they have an AI inside of them, and they go around like, what's it called, serves justice in the society, go from village to village to serve justice to different humans and making sure everything is in order until they wait until humans are normal again. And then we have a main character whose mother was murdered by one plague bird, and then she wants to know why and like who did it and like blah blah blah. And then a plague bird arrives in her village and dies, and then she becomes a plague bird herself. It's not really a spoiler because that's how the story starts out. I hadn't read the synopsis of this, as per usual when I read my books. I just picked it up because I want to read it for this vlog, and it seems also like to be a really smaller publisher, so that is really interesting as well. Like I like to read like a bit more hidden gems. It doesn't have that many ratings on Goodreads either, so it doesn't seem to like be like an overly known and popular book. But yeah, I read it because it was nominated, and I am really enjoying it. I only read 100 pages so far, but it's really interesting. It has a lot of interesting aspects. It has some really funny humor as well, while also seeing the darkness of the society and what it has grown into, and like the role of flavors and the role of other people in society as well. I think it has like a lot of those reflections. But basically, like, we have this mystery because the flavor that came to the village died, and I tried to find out like who did that and like why, etc., and like stop them. So we have that mystery as well as the mystery of like the main character's mom's death, and like those mysteries are like the answer to those. I might not like, I don't know how to describe, like love them. I think that the journey right now is more interesting than like anything else. The mystery itself is not that intriguing. The story is also told in a really interesting way because we start with the village, and then we have like an interlude where like we see her being a playbird, and then we skip 6 months later, and then within those 6 months we also go back to an interlude, so we go back in time, like meet other aspects of the story. It's just told a bit like back and forth as well, so I like that. But yeah, it is interesting. I definitely like it so far. It's really a bit different from other things I read, while also seeing of course familiar aspects from like fantasy and sci-fi in general. Original and cool so far, and we will see if the plot intrigues me more as we go further into it. And of course I will gonna update when I do. I wanted to finish this today, but I have a lot of stuff I need to do, so probably not, which would be a bit annoying, which means I will have really little of the book left tomorrow, which like just ruins my whole reading system. But we shall see, we shall see. You will see me soon when I have a new update. So I just filmed a little video because this is literally the only time this week I have time, and I finished yesterday Play Birds, so I thought I should just film an update since I'm already here, and it was really good. It was really good. I talked last time like about how I wanted the plot twist and like mystery to really get somewhere, and I do feel like it did. We got all the answers, and it was a bit complicated, I would say. It got a bit like manipulation upon manipulation. I literally said that so many times. Like, you think it's like taking this and this, but then it was like, no, it's another manipulation upon another manipulation. I was like, this is a bit intense. But it's not like it was bad. It was just like a lot of manipulations, but I did still like enjoy it a lot, and I enjoyed seeing our character grow. I love seeing the answers. I think it was really like complicated and cool. It was definitely cool, but I also think like it was trying to be so complicated that you almost like lost yourself a bit in the complication. Like, it could have been like a bit easier, but it was still cool. I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed like the originality of the world and seeing like how humanity had like grown and like how the world worked. It was really cool. A lot of it like AIs, etc. And I think I'm giving it like for now a strong 4 out of 5 stars. And it was really enjoyable. Like, I probably never would have read this if it hadn't been for like I found it for a challenge or like for this vlog. So I feel like it definitely makes me read other things than like I would have, and I love that because that's like what's fun. I am of course going to continue this vlog at a point, but right now I don't have any initial plans to continue because I am horrible at this vlog. Apparently it's like I've been here since April. We are almost in August. Like, please, Sandra. Really, because I'm doing so much stuff with my reading and I don't have any time. I read a lot, but I don't have time to read either way. I hope you're still enjoying, you know, I am a mess. And you will see me soon for the next update. We don't have that many books left. 1 standalone and then 2 sequels, but I need to read the other books before those sequels, I think. And I was correct. So yeah, I just need to get through those. And then this will finally be over for me. I'm so dramatic. See you soon. It's been a little while. I don't know why my bangs looks like this, but whatever. I have now finally read the next book. I am trying to read for this vlog, but I need to catch up on some of the seriousness. So like, I don't include those in the vlog. I'll give like a little like, hey, now I read these to read the actual book because it's like the last one in the series, and I had not initially read the rest of the series anyway. I'm trying to do that because there's a couple books I needed to catch up. In theory, only 2 books left now for this. Congrats to me. So, which one did I read next? I read Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir is his name. Obviously the author of The Martian, etc. And I haven't read The Martian, but I watched the movie and I do love it. And I didn't know anything about this. I just picked it up to read for this vlog. And I was curious to see if I will like it. Because, yes, I say I love sci-fi, but I feel like I haven't actually read enough sci-fi to actually say I even love it. Because I realize how big of the genre is and how much I haven't read in it. While, like, fantasy, I, like, read a huge variant within a genre. But not with sci-fi. And this is definitely, like, adult sci-fi. And I was scared it would be, like, too technical for me. The technical aspect of the story will go over my head. Well, I should tell you what it is about first. So we follow our main character, Grace. Ryland Grace, that was his name. He wakes up in this ship. He has no idea how he got there. He's kind of lost his memories. And he's just waking up there. It's like, how did I get there? And he starts getting, like, flashback to what actually happened on Earth. And let's just say that humanity is facing this threat and that he now is the only one who can fix it because he wakes up in the ship along with his crewmates dead. And I don't want to say more about this threat because I feel like I just checked, it doesn't say in the synopsis. And I feel like getting into it and getting to know your threat by yourself is the best, but I feel like also it sounds so vague that I feel like that's the best way to get into it. Let me just say, this book was amazing. I really ended up adoring it. It really captures you. You want to know what happens next. It is written very well. We follow this character who is a flawed character, like he's not perfect, which is like great, of course, like I was saying, he had to be. Watching this flashback, watching to see how Earth reacted to these things, always interesting in these kinds of books, and I really enjoyed it. Talking about the technical aspects of the story, like the science parts of the story, surprised of how much I understood, maybe because, like, yeah, I have read more sci-fi than I thought I had, I have watched more sci-fi movie than I thought I had, I didn't know what they were talking about. I would admit, I don't understand all the logic behind it, I'm not a science brain, I don't understand, like, how it works, but I understand that it works. You got what I meant? Because it is based upon, you know, things that have been proved in science, but obviously we are not as evolved as this yet. And like when they try to explain things, like some numbers and like technical stuff went indeed over my head because, like, again, I'm not a science person, but it's just like it still made sense because they are explaining this to you not to make you feel stupid and just throw out a lot of technical terms. They're explaining this to you because they want you to know why and how this is happening, and it does make sense. Like, no, I didn't understand like this math equation, but it made sense for why we would need it. You get what I mean? Like, no, I don't know the answer to this math equation, but I know why we used it. And that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that, like, I understood that, so that's why I think the book is written well. It knows that maybe not the audience reading this is a science person, and it is written science-y, but not overly so that you are sitting there confused and be like, I don't understand anything that's happening right now. And that's an aspect of the story I really truly enjoyed. Again, did enjoy that part, like the sciencey aspect of the story, but that's not what captures my heart of the story. It is a main character, his development, another character called Rocky. I'm not gonna say more about Rocky, but it ended up being so wholesome that my heart was captured, and they have me. They have me in my heart, and I wanted to cry in the end, and it was just so beautiful. I don't understand how the author made me care so much, but he did, and that is why the book was good. He made you care so much of what was going to happen, not just with our main character, but with Rocky and with Earth, and that's what keeps you going, and it's written so well, whereas you don't necessarily know what's gonna happen. Even if you did, you would still want to know the story, and it was just a really solid book, and I don't know if I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. Because I feel like, yes, I did really adore it and I did really enjoy it, but there was just some parts holding me back because I did feel a bit thrown out of the story sometimes. And like the pace wasn't like the best for me. I feel like it could have been a tiny bit shorter, but maybe that they wouldn't be as great. But I was thinking, like, if it's a 5-star book for me, I debated giving it 5 stars, but then I was like, So I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 because I feel like it's not a complete 5-star for me, but I definitely see why so many have given it 5 stars and like say it's amazing because it truly was an amazing and great book. I don't like, it's been a while since I read the others now, you know, I've been using a long time this vlog. Honestly, my second favorite for this whole vlog. So we just see the end of how I feel. I don't have many books left now. I have 2 books left, but I need to read 4 because I need to catch up on 2 of the series. So yeah, I will get going. I am planning to get this up soon. It's been half a year. So
You will see me soon. I mean, you will see me right after this, but yeah. The end of September now, by the way. I think the last time I updated this was in August, possibly. I don't know. Or was it July? I don't know. But see you soon. Hello everyone, I'm finally continuing this vlog a bit. I think it's been about a month because in the end of last month, that's when I read Project Hail Mary. I have read for this vlog for other books because I need to read the first books in the series as to read the actual books that were nominated. And I actually have done that. I tried. So last month, was it last month? Maybe it was the month before. I did read A Memory Called Empire, and I didn't make like an own update about it because it's not really, you know, the book for like the awards. But I did read it, and I will be honest, I didn't like love it. It's written in a way that is really like fussy and up in the air for me, whereas like I feel like I don't understand the full context of the story. I feel like the writing's too smart for me. I felt stupid, and that was how I felt I was going to feel in Project Hail Mary, but then Project Hail Mary was amazing and made total sense, so I'm just like, wow. So I just wish it was written like Project Hail Mary in a way, because literally the whole story went over my head, and I'm pretty sure there was like a better story in there that like I didn't see and annoys me. Putting you down here for a bit. And then today I started the book that is actually nominated for the rewards, because I'm pretty sure this is nominated for both, if I remember correctly. I literally cannot find my notes right now, I don't know why, but I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly it was nominated for both. Maybe one of them. I will confirm this in the end for like the longest wrap-up clip in the whole world that I feel like it's gonna take like the longest thing out of this video. I love this angle, by the way. I love, like, you can see my manga shop and then a little me. But yes, I started Desolation Called Peace, which I am sure is nominated for both, but now I can't remember the second. It's been so long. And again, I think I have the same problem with this, whereas like I feel like I cannot fully cover the story. I feel really stupid reading it. I have 230 pages today, and I'm planning to finish it tomorrow. And after that, there's only one book left for this vlog. I had to read a lot of other books to read that one book. So that's why it's taking me so long, but also just because I've been reading lots of other stuff. But yeah, I can't even tell you what book is about. I feel like the stupidest person in the world reading it. And I don't know, I just feel like it's like super high sci-fi, where I feel like the story's running over my head. I just do not feel engaged in the story at all. It's just not for me at all. Maybe I would feel different about it later in time, but right now, not for me at all. So that's the whole expression I have of that right now. And now I'm gonna go to bed, so I will update you tomorrow when I finish that. And I'm planning my next read to be the last book for this vlog. That again, I feel like you've seen me through like 14 different transformations through this video, because I've been literally filming since April. And it's not even like the video is good, it's just I apparently just don't pick up things for this vlog, but I am gonna try to do it now so I can actually finish it. That's what I got to say for this one, so you should see me soon. Very soon, hopefully. Hello! That was my computer screen turning off, so it turned really blue. I just was on some Patreon friends with my patrons, and I realized the start of this vlog, I didn't even have Patreon, so things have changed, which is really weird to think about. I finished my book. I finished A Desolation Called Peace, and to be honest, it's not a book for me. I don't think it's anything wrong with the book, I just think the story is not for me, how it's written is not for me. Didn't really love it, didn't really stick anything in my brain. I feel really stupid reading it. I feel like I cannot comprehend the story properly. Maybe something to do with how I read, but like it's not a problem with other books. So I just thinking that this book and me are not just a good match. I actually edited everything before this clip. And you know, I've been doing this vlog since April. My hair changed 4 times, especially like when I combed my hair and cut it. It was really weird. And I thought the vlog sucked, and it doesn't. I think it's fine. And I'm just like, wow, Sandra, you just, yeah, I was scared I would hate it, but I didn't hate it at all. But it's just really weird editing footage that I filmed like in April and May and June and July or whatever, what month we were in. I realized I have repeated myself a few times, but that's fine. But now I literally have one book left, which is the book that I am going to read tomorrow. So hopefully this will be up in 2 days if I manage to do that, or else it will be next week. Overall, not my favorite. I don't really know what to rate it, because I feel like I didn't even like it. The story was nothing for me. So like in theory I should rate it like 1 star. But I feel like there's something good in there. Maybe I feel like 3 is too much for 2, but 2 seems like I really didn't like it. It's like a book I wouldn't rate. That was my thoughts. Now I'm so done with this vlog. So yeah, hopefully you didn't hate it either. Hello, so it is time to read the last book for this vlog. And I'm gonna finish it today. I have decided this. There's no way I'm not finishing this today. I will be so pissed if I don't. And that is, if you couldn't guess,
from this mess of a video, The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. So I don't even remember what is nominated for what anymore. I haven't, I think, mentioned it even for the last few books, if I remember correctly, when I edited this yesterday. So I'm gonna like do like the whole nomination thing and go through the winners again in the end, even though like you could go just Google it, but I feel like I want to order in this video. The reason I got so long I could get to this, I already read, by the way, 34 pages, yay, is because I had to get through all the other ones first. So I had already read Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and I did enjoy it. Well, like, I didn't love it, but I did enjoy it. And it, you know, follows a small crew on this ship, and stuff happens to the ships, and I thought it was enjoyable. Then I read A Close and Common Orbit, which I loved. I gave it like 5 stars. It's so far the favorite in my series, and it's just something about this person adjusting to this life, and then the background story in this one was amazing. I was so engaged in that story, and I loved it so much, and it's like one of my favorite books this year. So there's that. And then I just read Record of the Spaceport Review, which I didn't really care for that much. We sat on the ship, we followed these different people living on the ship, and like what happens to the ship when it reaches destination. I don't really do much. Didn't love it. I gave it like 3 stars. So yeah, I would give it like the first like 3.5, I guess. So they're like a bit meh, but the first one was still more fun than the third one. So I'm very curious to see what I will think about this. Since like I have loved the second one, but I haven't loved the others. There's a cross on the cover, like someone like scarred this cover. You cannot see that in the camera, but that looks like someone took a knife and like chich. Like maybe when they were gonna open the books. I haven't seen it until in this light. Very interesting. Also, it's purple. Purple should always be the best one in the series. So I started 34 pages. It's only 300 something pages. I shall finish this today. I have decided this. And yeah, you shall see me hopefully very soon. Or else I was going to say punch a bitch in the face, but that was very aggressive. I hope you're ready for me to finish this vlog, wrap up my thoughts in the end. But you could, I guess from just watching this, if you even bother watching this to the end. But let's go. I'm so hyped. I did it. I finished the last book. So it was obviously Galaxy and the Ground Within. We even saw one of the old characters from the first book, and I was really slow to realizing who that was. I had to Google, it's like, is that a character? And it was. I really enjoyed it. I think Becky Chambers is really good at writing characters. That's what she's doing. It's character-driven sci-fi, and in this one, you have several different people in this like kind of transit station where you kind of just stop to like refuel, get your supplies, and then you travel on, it seemed like, and then all the communication explodes and dies. So they all have to stay there because they can't travel out anymore. And then we follow like a couple of characters who interact with some of the people that live there. And it's just them all bonding, and they're all different species. So they're all like kind of bond over that, not a bond, but also just have the differences and learn from each other. And it's really different. And it was sweet. I enjoyed it. I'm giving it 4 stars. It's like my second favorite now in the series. But I think the series is over actually. So there's that. Sorry, you can hear the dripping water from the cats. That means the last book is done. And I'm gonna go and film the last clip for this vlog now. So see you in a minute. Just have to find the books and stuff and go into my room. Hello and welcome to the end of this vlog. Am I relieved because I enjoyed the book so much and had such a good time? Or am I relieved because I'm finally done with this vlog and we have been here since April? So I know you just watched through the whole thing, but for me it has been ages. So let's go through this thing. So for the Nebula Awards, we had 5 nominees. The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke, which I didn't read for this vlog, but I had read previously, which still I think stands on a 3-star rating. Plague Birds by Jason Sanford, which I read for this vlog, and I think I'm giving it 3 stars as well. I don't remember what I said I rated it. And then Machinehood by S.B. Divya, which I am also rating 3 stars. And then A Desolation Called Peace by Arkady Martin, which I, again, don't really know what to rate. I feel like, I don't know, I can't really give it a rating. It's like giving 0 stars, but that sounds horrible. Like 2 stars if I had to give it something. And the last nominee of the Nebula was A Master of Djinn by P. Jelly Clark, which started out this whole vlog. So the winner for Nebula was, as we know, A Master of Djinn, which was announced earlier in the year. Overall, looking at the 5 novels that were nominated for this one, technically, I didn't love any of these except A Master of Djinn, which I gave like almost 5 stars, which I really loved. And the one I enjoyed the most of these maybe after it is either The Unbroken or Plague Birds. It depends a bit. I don't know. It's very difficult. Also realizing, by the way, of how many of these books are FF relationships. Like, so many, just saying. So Master Djinn, clear winner of Nebula as well for me. So it's a clear winner. But yeah, like, not the strongest picks in my opinion. Like, I didn't have the best time with those books. So I don't even know who won the Hugos. I haven't checked. So I'm gonna see now. Because it was actually announced in September and I just didn't keep up with one. I wanted to see for this vlog. So that's a bit funny. Oh my god. So for best novels, we had, again, A Desolation Called Peace. And there we had A Galaxy and Ground Within, which I, just read 5 minutes ago. Then Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki, which, I think I'm rating like 4 stars. And then again, A Master of Djinn. And then Project Hail Mary, which I feel like almost is a 5 stars, so like 4.5 stars. And the last one that was nominated for this, I have forgotten to talk about in my vlog. I thought I filmed the clip earlier where I talked about it. I kind of forgotten it was in these rewards. I think maybe either I filmed it and the footage is lost, or I just thought I filmed it and then I never did. But that last book is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan, which I haven't talked, as you know, at all about in this video. And I actually read this twice. I read it first when it was released, and then again earlier this year for a live show. And this one, we follow a nameless main character actually, who takes up her brother's destiny after he dies, and he was supposed to be the greatest emperor of all time. She grows up enclosed in this temple, but then that gets attacked and ruined, so she needs to go out and find her destiny as emperor because people believe she is a man. And it also has an FF relationship, and it also just like a stunning spiritual book. It has a lot to do with like goals and what to believe in and powers, and it's just so good. It's like one of my favorite books. But I didn't reread this for this vlog because I had already read it twice and I kind of forgotten. I had written it down that I was in for these rewards, but I had plans to like just talk a clip about it, just like I did with Unbroken, that I didn't read for this vlog, that I already read. But then I forgot apparently, so here we are. This is also an FF book. Seriously. In general, that is a 5-star book for me, so yeah, it's a bit unfair, I think, since it was already my favorite before this vlog. So that is the thing. But here we have all the Hugo rewards, and what apparently won is A Desolation Called Peace. So I don't know what's up with this series. I don't know. I really didn't feel anything for the first one. I didn't feel anything for the second one. I feel like, did I even comprehend the story? I feel like literally there's something wrong with me regards to that series alone. That is really annoying for me. But it literally won, which is the one I would never declare as a winner. It's like my least favorite. But if you take away that one, I enjoyed all of the other ones. Like, Hugo Awards apparently is my taste, because seriously all of these, oh god, the books are just flying. I have enjoyed immensely. Like, all of them have been really, these are just really strong 4 stars, but these are like really close to 5 stars or a 5-star. I don't know, I'm flinging the books around, I'm not showing you things properly. So clearly Hugo Awards was the thing for me. And as I said all the way in the beginning, I was planning to just read the Hugo Awards all along. Then the next time I was gonna like buy books for the Hugo Awards, I googled the wrong awards. I don't know what I was doing. I googled Nebula because I just see Nebula somewhere, and then I googled that and I started buying books for that, and I was like, wait, I'm buying books for the wrong awards. So I just ended up reading both. But also, there was some crossover nominees, but really not that many. It was only Master of Djinn and A Desolation Called Peace. Here we have the whole pile. Give me 4 seconds and I will rank them all. Here we have it, from top to bottom. She Who Became the Sun, Project Hail Mary, Master of Djinn, Life from Uncommon Stars, Galaxy from the Ground Within, The Unbroken, Playbirds, Machinehood, and A Desolation Called Peace on the bottom. So that is how I feel about these books. Even though, if you take away The Unbroken and She Who Became the Sun, since I didn't read them for this vlog, Project Hail Mary would apparently be my favorite of all of them. Even more than A Master of Djinn, which says a lot because it was seriously so good. That is it for this vlog. I can't believe I actually did it. I can't believe it. Clearly, I disagree with the winner for the Hugo ones, but I had the best nominees. I feel like I branched out. I feel like I read some books I normally maybe wouldn't have picked up, like Playbird and Machinehood. Definitely books maybe I wouldn't have read otherwise. Seriously, the FF romances here. We have She Who Became the Sun, A Master of Djinn, Life from Uncommon Stars. Galaxy of the Ground Within didn't have an FF in this one, but because I had to read the other ones, it did. Unbroken FF. Playbirds, not FF. Machine, I think I had like a side FF. I don't even remember. And A Desolation Called Peace had FF. Like, I think 6 out of 10 of these books were FF. I'm not even joking. What's up? I love that though. I love it. Clearly the push for FF the last few years in sci-fi fantasy. Love to see it. Love to experience it. Sapphic, FF, lesbian, whatever we're calling it. But not all of them were lesbians, so there's that. Definitely had a fun time. I feel like I definitely could do this again, but a bit more, I was gonna say, it's better put together. Maybe just one of the awards. Maybe the Hugo Awards, because clearly they had the best taste. I thought it was so many crossovers between them, so I was just like, let's just do both in one. Then there literally were only 2 crossovers. I don't know what I was thinking with, but here we are. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed seeing my hair change 4 times. Hear me talk about these books and read them and my experience with them. I am really confident now in my ranking in the end. I had a really great time. Leave a reward medal thing down below. Maybe not a medal. You know, like the, I don't know what it's called in English right now. You know, like the big, like you hold 2 handles down below because you're reading for awards. And you shall see me soon in a new video. Check out my Patreon down below if you want to support my channel further. And you shall see me soon again. Goodbye.